Welcome to the People's Authority. We're going to get right into a post from Robert Kraft, who was just up here not too long ago with the Michigan General Assembly, which I am also a member in good standing with. And the organization that he works with, that he represents, our United Republic, is going to really help speed things ahead at breakneck speeds with regards to getting the rest of the country assembled and settled like Michigan is. Now, we're going to get right into a post that he posted on Telegram not too long ago. And the post goes as follows. Notice to all. Summary of County Community Organization and Territory Terminal Establishment Process. As I have stated many times, our organization is not designed to assist groups or communities as far as getting them in proper formation. Therefore, we have an affiliation agreement and an adjoining American Territory Trust with the Michigan General Assembly to assist with that process. When they have completed their work, we will come in and build your county communities trust, which will adjoin to our, again, which stands for our United Republic, but it will adjoin to our current private-public trust in grand jurisdiction out of New York on the North American territory, and we will also assist in establishing your individual American National Territory terminal with UPS that will be sponsored by me as an American veteran at general law under honorable condition, and UPS will record my military court order to make the UPS box a private mailbox of a private individual of protected class. Very important there. It continues to say, once the MGJA in your local community private trust is recorded, your community will be ready to begin moving individual private property into your community trust under subtrust. If you choose, we will build a subtrust armory to start securing community members' firearms under the Second Amendment and whatever other types of community instruments you desire, which will grant the USMC jurisdiction. I also will be able to sponsor and administer your organization's trial by jury hearings at English Common Law, as I am an International Bar Association member through the University of London and International Court for Human Rights and Arbitration at The Hague. I am currently on the North American Forum, Human Rights Law Committee, Arbitration Committee, Indigenous Peoples Committee. When conducting judicial proceedings, our administrative trust uses the Florida Common Law Rules of Procedure from 1953, and we will provide a copy of the Florida Clerk of Court Rules of Procedure for Common Law at the time of affiliation. Subsequently, this platform will lay the foundation to move forward with organizing your territorial councils. When your state has 70% of the counties in trust, a convention of counties will be called and begin the process of reorganizing the jurisdictional authorities of your state and realigning the people's relationship with the U.S. Army and U.S. Marine Corps judge advocates. MGJA Communications Secretary, you can email at comsec@michigan-dejure.org. That's COMSEC, comsec, at Michigan, MICHIGAN, dejure, DEJURE.org. That's comsec@michigan-dejure.org. And then our Michilimackinac Territory address. Attention, Robert Lewis Kraft, 2500 East Beltline, Grand Rapids, Michigan, 49546. Now, why does this matter? Why does this post matter from Robert Kraft? What does this mean for the assemblies, not just for the MGJA, but for all people across America in your respective state? What does this mean? What you just heard was not just a notice. It's a summons. It's a call to every man and woman who still believes that law should serve the people, not enslave them. A call to rebuild the foundations of a free and moral republic. Now, you might be asking, well, why does this matter? What's it matter to me? Why trust law outside the state house? Why UPS terminals? Why trust? And why the General Assemblies? Because for far too long, we've mistaken policy for law. We've mistaken permissions for rights. We've mistaken corporations for government. And the truth is, the real government never disappeared. The people are the government. But we were never taught how to govern ourselves. We were taught dependency. We were taught to live off of Big Brother government's teat. The moment we were born, they issued us a number, a certificate, a claim, and they built a corporate fiction around our name. Then they governed that fiction. Not the living man or woman, but this process changes that. This is not rebellion. This is restoration. And this isn't about politics, as a lot of people would argue. This is about jurisdiction, land jurisdiction, common law jurisdiction. God-ordained people administered law. And what's happening here? Through the Michigan General Assembly, the wonderful group that I can honorably say I am proud to be a part of, and through the trust establishment, through lawful terminals and sub-trust, is nothing less than the reassembly of a lawful people. We are no longer waiting for corrupt politicians to fix what they broke. We are reclaiming the original jurisdiction that predates the Constitution and that predates the states. And that goes all the way back to natural law and a divine covenant. And again, you might be asking, well, why does this matter? Because every community needs a lawful structure to protect its people. Because property must be held lawfully, not just by title, but by right. Because the Second Amendment isn't just a talking point, it's a duty. And our arms, our home, our land, our children deserve lawful defense under lawful trusts. Because no one else is going to come save us. We have to do it ourselves. I cannot say this louder and more clearly than that. We have to stand up. We have to take responsibility for our own governance. When are you going to do that? And that's what this does, ladies and gentlemen. It establishes local trust. It builds out real, documented, verifiable land jurisdiction. And it restores communication and lawful standing. It creates a lawful pathway for your community to hold private property securely, conduct lawful hearings at common law, and communicate with the armed forces, by the way, as organized territorial authorities, and most importantly, exercise your God-given liberty and freedom under de jure law. This isn't theory. This isn't a club. This isn't some secret society. This is lawful action. It's recorded, it's administered, and it's anchored in the very principle that once made this land a beacon of hope. But you forgot that. Or you weren't taught that. And when enough counties come in lawful trust, when 70% of your state is lawfully organized, a convention can be called. And from there, the real work begins. A new republic rises from the lawful soil of the old, not by revolution, but by reformation. Not with bullets, but with law, truth, and authority that flows from the Creator down to the people, not from a government down to its subjects. That's not how that works. So if you're listening to this, don't ask who's going to come fix America, who's going to come fix our country, our state of. What you really need to be asking is, am I ready to take my seat at the table? Because this isn't just a legal thing. It's a moral thing. It's spiritual. It's what righteous men and women have always done when tyranny spreads. They stand up, they organize, they reclaim their land, and they do it under God's law. There's a Latin term out there called Dio Vindice, because with God as our vindicator, no lie can stand, no tyranny can last, and no people once awakened can ever be enslaved again. So let's rise, let's build, and let's govern. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and share this with as many people as you can to get this information out there, because the time is now and we are rocking. With or without you, we are going to get it done. God bless and Godspeed.